dudes and then a lemon.
3 dudes and a lemon.
What a fucking D&D party!
God.
That sounds like your average D&D campaign.
Can this entire session just be based around Kiwi getting cursed to be a lemon?
Be a lemon. That is a wild request. Hold on, let me fix it. Okay,
That won't
it's
have
been
any
a
big
bit.
plot implications.
Yeah.
While
Kiwi's just a
fishing.
lemon that has to carry himself around with mage hand.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick.
Oh, that would actually be kind of sick. It makes me
You
think of
can-
like there's like the whole what was it? It was like a person playing as a haunted hat or something as a D&D character. And I could just totally see that as a thing. Like the hat would carry itself around using the thing you just said. That thing.
Mage hand.
There it is. Alright, Albatross, I summon thee from the pits of vampirism, edgy boy world. And boom. The lemon is no more and Albatross has returned.
Aw.
Back.
Yep.
He's a real boy.
That's a name. A half black, half elf. Who's technically half vampire as well. Half black, half vampire, half elf.
That wouldn't that be a third, Cody?
Hmm?
That'd be a third.
No, he's half a bunch of things.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Anyways, so I'm gonna throw myself under the rug real quick. I did not write down the recap of last episode, so I'm gonna be going purely off of memory this episode. So be prepared for that. So last time on Omen of Cursed Light, our group of unfortunate souls managed their way. Finally, I'm going to now open the map. Hold on. Where we are in, I think, still Haroon. Ooh, Icewind Port, there it is. Boink. I'm gonna also plop our map there so I can use this as a reference for myself. We made our way, or the group finally made their way to Icewind Port and was able to explore the town to the best of their abilities for a little while, but then managed their way tried and truly over to the docks where they could talk and discuss their plan of actions with a certain goblin captain, aka Captain Blunderbuss. With the party having met him and discussed things, they decided to
That's just great.
go and gather supplies for the trips to come, whether it be supplies for the ship, such as in repair wood or general food. And they also were grabbing supplies to prepare for a certain full moon event that is to come, I believe, this episode, actually. So, that's fun. Yeah. And with all of that happening, the captain decided to give everyone roles on the ship to better help them understand things that they will be doing. And I believe those are still labeled and listed in our sheets of stuff, so I'll look into that in a bit. But, for the most part, the big thing, and this is the most important thing to note, out of everything that happened last session, this is the most important thing. The players learned that they can gamba with fishing.
Yeah!
And they immediately got addicted to it. Remember, kids, gambling is not a good thing. Don't do it.
Unless you do it
Anyway, with
responsibly.
all that being said, yeah, sure.
DraftKings, sponsor us.
I'm gonna take a sip of water.
Raid Shadow
Very
Legends, where you
audibly.
at?
I will sell out for nearly anybody.
We all will.
I won't. Okay.
I'll sell out.
With
so
all that being
fast.
said, we're going to zoom back into what is currently happening. I believe everyone is actually on the boat right now, so we're going to.
Didn't
Did
we
I-
set
Michael?
sail last time?
Did we what?
Didn't we set sail last time?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
No.
What?
We were preparing to set sail.
No, we already
Because
set
you guys
sail.
didn't want to
Pretty
set
sure we
sail.
did.
But no, hold on. You didn't because you guys wanted to set sail with.
Then how
You
the
didn't
fuck
want to
did we
set sail
fish?
before. No, you fished on the boat. You
Yeah!
didn't like
We were
sail though,
sleeping.
because Crag was still setting stuff up for a ship. What happened was you guys are staying on here for this specific night to deal with Gug's transformation that's coming tonight.
Because
Okay.
I
So that in
swear
the
I
morning you guys can
remember.
go.
I swear I remember
I-
us fully taking off and like having meetings and doing all that
No.
stuff, but whatever, sure.
I
you
also fully
did.
remember taking off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Really,
promise
all of
you
you
guys did.
remember taking off?
No, what you
Everybody
guys
but
remember?
the DM and thought we took off.
No, literally, what you guys did
Yeah.
was you got together to fish multiple times.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
And I know but you weren't like going on the
We
boat.
were like at the
You
port,
were on
like
the boat, but you
throwing a
weren't
string
sailing.
over it.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah,
so
you-
No wonder I got a
gambling
boot.
that we thought we took
You
off.
did. You guys literally got so
Didn't-
gambled. It was the
wait,
moment
wait,
you
wait,
guys were able
didn't-
to do that mechanic. You were like,
What?
gamble.
But didn't Damon catch a fucking stingray? How did he catch a stingray?
He's
A
still.
fucking
This
lightning
is the.
eel.
It's because of the ocean. Also, yeah, it was a lightning eel. But no,
What's
all
that?
of that was to prep. So hold on. The reason you guys were fishing at that point in time was to also prep for food because you guys wanted to get some food for the trip. Even I think Crag himself said for you guys to go do a little bit of fishing. But the reason you guys didn't go out, tried and truly, was to prepare for Gug's transformation. Because Crag did not want this man to go crazy on his ship right out the gate.
He didn't
So
know.
he was
at
like,
the
let's deal with
time,
him
though.
now. Huh?
He didn't know at the time. I remember,
Well, he
like,
did-
Pan
No, you
blurted
guys
out.
told him that.
Yeah, Pan blurted out the fact of that we're all cursed people while we were on the sea.
No, you guys were
No, we were
in
mid-
his cabin talking. That was when you guys were, I believe, discussing the roles of the ship you guys
I'm gonna look this up because I swear we were on the fucking
No,
sea.
you did not set sail. I'm
this is
more than
fine.
aware
We'll
of
deal
that.
with it.
The captain was like, hey everyone, let's have a meeting downstairs before we do anything. And then we all gathered down at the table and stuff. Talked about
We
what we were
already
And
doing.
that was when he kind of dispersed the roles of everything.
Yeah, and that's when Ethan was like, "I want to. Hey, Albatross, can you actually eat food?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Exactly. Things are being learned.
Well,
But anyways. Rogers. Alright, I'm going to quickly check something real fast because I need
I can't
to...
be bothered finding it.
Everyone's ship rolls. Okay, yes, this is what I did. So this
I
is
have
a
mine
reminder for
noted.
everyone, here are your ship rolls.
Just
I need
Pan over here,
to-
just everything maintenance-wise.
Calendar.
I still think that the
So,
question mark's
I need
kind
to-
of bullshit. He did say that I would be quartermaster. I am
What?
I am the second in command.
If you
Oh,
ever think Pan will listen to it, then you say Albatross.
To be fair,
Alright.
like, not that she ever would because of her personality, but I could throw her in the fucking ocean. So it's like, she probably should. No, she won't and she shouldn't, but,
Alright.
like, as far as, like, character-wise.
With...
But she probably should.
She won't.
I'm gonna talk now!
No, fuck you. We're talking. The adults
It
are
is now
talking.
day 17 out of 40 for this specific thing's situation. And it is the night or the day of the full moon. You all know the full moon is coming. The general idea for today is you guys are to prep for that eventuality and to figure yourselves out on how to deal with it. So, we pick up where everyone is kind of waking up in the morning. Everyone's seeing the sun rise, cresting over the, holy shit, I forgot the music. Where is the thing? Uno momento, sorry. Town? I think it's this one. I thought I had oh, that's right. I remember being upset that I didn't have, an actual town theme for this place. So we're just gonna use the normal town travel? Yes, town travel themes.
Oh my
So-
god, Doug's the medic.
Yes, he's actually really good at
Better
it.
believe it.
Yeah, I think
Very nice
he had,
pick.
the best medicine. But anyways, you all wake up in the morning. Sun is rising and it is cresting over the roof's edge
Crest.
of the town directly to your the roof's crest directly to your actually yes this would be where the man I gotta move my maps around better. Where is it? I don't know why I have ship travel and Haroon so separate. I have to juggle between the two. We're gonna okay okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Directly to the north.
Riveting.
Yes. You all riveting. You all are slowly coming to I guess your morning routines, slowly managing your way throughout the morning. And I actually would like to ask, what is everyone doing? We'll start with Pan, as you, I feel, being described as an early riser through most of the occasions. What are you doing?
my first question is, did Pan get a chance to roll for her thing last session?
I think we did some of your rolls. I don't know if we rolled for today.
Okay,
So, if you want to do your roll for today, well, okay, so that is, if I recall, something that you do throughout the day. If you want to
Yeah.
just roll that, we can.
yeah, I gotta
So
remember how to
let's-
do it.
It should be, I think, player-based needs.
Crafting for dummies.
Needed information. Yeah, crafting for dummies.
In order to
3 successful Arcana checks, a D10 plus your int mod. Okay, so roll me. You're in. Roll me, I guess, a D20,
a D20. Okay.
and then add your modifier.
So wouldn't I just roll intelligence then?
Oh yeah, I guess that would make sense.
Blammy.
That's very good. That's very good. Damn, you have 8 intelligence.
So,
So-
fun fact. Pan's blueprint for her walkie-talkie thing is complete.
It's done. Yep.
Yeah.
You
Whoa.
spend
Damn.
chunk of days on this in this town, effortlessly just scribbling away, your mind whirring with ideas, and in this one moment, you are writing with whatever instrument you have. I don't even know. Do you carry a pen or some form? I have no idea. But you're writing, and with a quick flick and tap of whatever your writing utensil is, you sign your name at the bottom, realizing you have finished your first blueprint of a very interesting device that has yet to been created.
Yes. I just need to know what
with that-
items I actually need to make it.
Yes. I guess because I remember you were collecting items a while back, if I recall.
Yeah.
I remember you were looking around for stuff. You probably have it in your inventory, actually, I believe.
Yeah, I have some shards of glass, iron ingots, copper nugs. I don't know what that means.
Copper nuggets, probably nuggets.
Yeah, and I have 75 wood planks, so that's probably more for the boat.
Yeah, that's
but yeah.
You're just carrying that around leisurely.
I would just yell out, "Doug, I need your help!"
Pretty much. But
Yeah.
you have all these things in your inventory, and you're looking through the stuff that you have, and you definitely feel that you are close to having the exact ingredients you need. There are just a few things missing. You said you had copper nuggets, correct?
I do.
You know that if you want to make this into something a bit more usable for your desires, that those nuggets will need to be refined in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
So, I'm giving you the opportunity to figure out how you would turn those, like how to basically melt all that shit together, right?
Yeah.
I will let you describe how you do that yourself, because Pan is a lot smarter than I am as the DM. So I would actually like you to describe how you meld these parts together, while I look and quickly understand something real fast, because I think you also have to roll again, I think? Or is it just finding the ingredients? I think...
I think part 2 is just finding the ingredients needed, isn't it?
Let me see here.
Oh, that's a lot longer of a step.
Your character is in a location that may have materials needed. Yeah, no, I think once you have the pieces, it's just crafting.
Okay. So, like,
So,
what
what I
would I
will-
be missing, though? Like,
It's not really that you're missing anything, it's that you need to refine some of your resources. So this is more or less me giving you the opportunity of describing how Pan would go about creating this device.
so I know in the past we've talked about the idea of Pan does have the capability of using magic. It's just it's very weak, and so she relies on inventions instead. So, given that, would I be able to use that with my natural magic so it's less explodey?
What we know with Firebolt, first things first, to just set the standard, this is a projectile that just shoots and then kind of goes poof.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You would use this to ignite something, but I don't think this would be something that you would just have constant going.
Okay.
What if she just
Then I don't know.
does
She'd
like a
probably
machine
just wait
gun?
till she gets to a blacksmith or something.
Okay.
She just repeatedly does it like a machine gun, and eventually it gets
Yeah.
welded.
Well, it takes
How many
one
times
action,
do you
which
have to
technically
slap
6
a-
seconds.
Copper nugget until it melts.
Yeah.
Probably not much because copper melts in people's hands.
No, copper has a very low melting point. But regardless, you already made your blueprint today. You advanced to study that. And you feel like you've done a good amount of work for this evening. With that being said, what else will you be doing while you are crafting all this?
Like, I actually need to know what these rolls do. Hang on.
You're fine. I'm gonna do this one.
I guess she's just doing her boat swaying stuff, like just
Checking out
preparing
the ship.
everything. Yeah.
Gotcha. There is, what I will say is, as you're walking around, you can tell the ship is in disrepair. It surprisingly is still able to float. But you know that if you spent a good time of today, you could probably get this thing in much better working fashion. You are an expert craftsman, a master at tinkering and repairing anything that is broken and or needs to be repaired. So you know that you can handle this. This is nothing new. It's just a little bit more archaic than what you're used to.
I'll just start repairing the boat with my little robot helping me.
Nice. From there, we will go to Albatross. You don't particularly sleep, generally speaking. You kind of meditate more than anything, but sometimes you decide to doze off, and whether that was today or not, that's up to you. But you generally are in bed when the sun begins to rise. What are you doing?
Well, already having a plan for how I'm going to deal with our current situation, I say, glancing over at Gug on the other cot.
Probably snoring like a maniac.
There you go. I probably would attend some type of rest because, like I said, my plan involves. Because wait, you said this is coming in tonight, or this is night? Where are we at right now?
This is the day that when it becomes nighttime will be a full moon.
Okay, then yeah, during the day I would try to get some rest because
We call them hammocks.
it's gonna. No, we also call them cots. Technically, these are more cots because they're more military kind of stuff. But yeah, we do also call them hammocks. Anyway, so I know that this is gonna be, or this can be, a very long night. I've been here before multiple times, so yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to get some rest up now, and that's pretty much it. I mean, there's things I would like to prepare, but like, I probably already kind of started to do that anyway.
Yeah. All right then. We're just gonna kind of be taking this day to kind of tend to your own, I guess, physical and mental well-being. That's, I think, completely understandable after everything you guys have been through the past few weeks. A little break is definitely worth it. With that, I think we will go to Gug. You definitely had a pretty calm sleep. It was nice. But when you awoke this morning, there is a very familiar sensation that's going throughout your body. It's called hunger.
Yes.
Come hide the food!
That's pretty relatable. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel that.
Fill myself with
I feel
so many
that
options.
every day.
So you wake up in the morning. What you doing, buddy?
I'm taking a peek around. I'm gonna go down to the bottom floor. It looks like we have a little kitchen area. I'm gonna peruse that and sniffer first, hang over the table.
Apparently Damien is underneath the staircase.
I like
That
my
would
small
make me
places.
laugh.
Yeah.
As I
He's Harry
smell
Potter.
the table, I pick up a strange scent and turn around, like spotting him. I just like shrug.
Can you smell a ghost?
Yeah, I was
Roll
about to
for it.
say, does Cub even have a scent?
Roll for it.
Yeah.
He does.
Okay.
It is very. It is unique in a very spectral fashion, but there is a scent to it.
He smells like wet rabbit.
Good morning.
I don't sleep. I never slept.
What is morning?
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure Gug is like the only one who actually sleeps.
Normally, yeah.
Yeah, I need it too.
Basically,
Y'all the weird
Albatross
one
can
here.
sleep, but he doesn't choose to half the time.
Is there anything out on the table, like food-wise?
There's an eel.
There's when it comes to like the stuff that's kind of in front of you, unlike the table that's like where the food's being where the food would normally be prepped. There is like your general like things of bread on the table that needs to be like managed. Some bits of fish kind of lying out. It's probably been there for a few days. You can tell because the flies have definitely taken a kind to it. But this is just where most of the cutting is done. There's probably more food around if you looked for it, basically.
I am going to like press my back against the table and like move my hands to grab the like days old fish and like shimmy across the room from Damien, trying not to show the food. I will talk to you later.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hold on.
Yeah. Roll perception.
Oh,
Nope.
Oh, I guess he has nothing.
Okay. See ya.
I guess it was just the
He's
wind.
just acting normal, dude.
Yeah, it's just Gug doing Gug things, you know. It's what he does. Are you gonna eat the most likely rotten fish?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Can you roll me a Constitution save then?
Yeah.
I'll remember this for other things. Oh, never mind. I don't even need to.
Oh my God.
You're a man with a deep stomach.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
All right.
That'll tide me over for the time being, I think.
Yeah.
And then I'm also gonna root around the supplies down here and look for a mop, since I am the swabby after all. I think I'm gonna
You're
go
looking
swab
around, and what you will notice is by the cage, there is a mop that's kind of laying against it. And it's easy enough for you to find and pick up. And pretty close to it is a bucket. It doesn't seem to be filled with anything, but it does have a very strange smell to it.
Sweet. I love strange smells. I'm gonna pick that bucket up. I'm gonna take it with me. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the upper floor, fill the bucket. I'm gonna just start mopping around.
All right. We'll do that. And as you're doing that, you'll hear just some like the sound of like bottles clanging around. It's the puke bucket. You'll hear bottles kind of clanging around, some glass kind of being shuffled, and then some faint footsteps as approaching from within his cabin. You will watch as Crag kind of slowly lumbers out of his little room. He's just kind of looking around. Eyes are a little squinted. You can very easily tell that not only was he definitely hungover in this moment, but he is not a fan of how bright the light is currently as the sun is rising. And he walks in. He's like, what's going on here?
Good morning.
Good morning. It's so fucking bright out here. He's gonna kind of like walk over. He's gonna walk over to here, and then kind of stop and look at what he's staring at, not able to fully see. And he's gonna be like, "Did we invite a tiny person onto my ship?"
don't worry, that's just
What are
Mary
you? What? And he's gonna like take a moment, look,
God.
rub his eyes, and look again. You're one fucking ugly doll, right? Excuse me.
You see the marionette with the plank of wood in its arm just suddenly turn to look at you, with the plank like swinging towards you.
I thought it was gonna be like the marionette
You know.
drops it and looks down sad.
Oh.
Wait, hold on.
Very good.
You're saying it's gonna turn and try and swing at him?
Like no,
I'm
it's
gonna-
not trying to swing. It's like that
I
thing
know,
where
it's still-
someone's
it's
like,
just-
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like when someone has a
dexterity
ladder
save
and
at
someone behind.
disadvantage because he's hungover.
Yeah.
Never mind, he's still fine. Very much so like Captain Jack with his innate drunkard walk perfected He very lavishly just kind of ducks under and then continues walking as if nothing had happened. And you see him just kind of go into the space where you guys were sleeping. And he's just kind of looking around. And you see him kind of like go into some of the... And Albatross, you see specifically him going into some of these like storage boxes, looking around for some stuff. He's like, perhaps some spares in here somewhere. Not here. And he's gonna kind of keep walking around. He's gonna open this one. See somewhere like... Gug, did you put anything into any of these trunks, or did any of you actually store anything into these trunks? I assume not.
Nope.
No, I guess I
Alright.
leave my bag over by the by like the resting room, because I don't know why
Yeah.
I carry that around with me still.
And hasn't even
he-
been to that room yet.
That's true, actually. He looks through the box. He's kind of looking around, and then he looks over by the bed and sees this giant bag. He just kind of slowly looks over towards Albatross, and then slowly back at the bag. And you see his hand slowly go towards the bag to kind of open it. He looks inside.
No. Like, wait. Do I have to roll for this, or do I?
No,
or
you can very clearly as day see him
So
doing this.
what I like is like Albatross like looks like he's sleeping, right? Because he doesn't really sleep. He goes into like
Mhm.
like rest mode, I guess. Like
Yeah.
just low function mode. And he's just like laid back, completely eyes closed. He goes to reach for the bag. Don't do it. I wouldn't.
I smell something good in it. Are you sure I can't take a peek?
It's for Gug.
He's just gonna walk back out. You're no fun. And he walks out and once again is back out on top deck. And he kind of is looking around. And then he goes up to like one of these posts that Pan is working on. He kind of looks at it and he says, "What you doing to my ship?"
I'm making it less sinkable.
It was perfectly unsinkable before, I'll have you know.
As he says this, just something in the background just falls.
No, as he says this, directly behind him, like one of like the sails, what is that? It's like the wood that goes below it just falls down and lands behind him, and you see him kind of like not even flinch at all. And he slowly turns around. All right, maybe a little bit. Maybe it does need a little bit of work. But she's lasted me this long, and she'll last the rest.
A
So-
floorboard underneath his foot breaks.
Perfectly fine. Gug, could you come with me to the captain's quarters real quick? He's gonna kind of walk over into the Capitan's quarters. And Gug, you'll see him kind of walk around his desk and very quickly pull his chair out and just kind of very loosely slouch into it. He's gonna kick his feet up on top of his desk, and then kind of look at you. And he says, "So you're a werewolf, right?"
Can I still be holding the mop, by the way?
Yes, 100%.
I would feel okay. Thank you.
It's like you're about to get fired.
Yes.
I just want to do a good job, Captain.
I'm continuing to mop the floor. The mop is like totally dry because I'm just rubbing it
Yep.
on dry ground. But
He's like kind of looking at you as you're doing this, and he doesn't seem to notice. It's honestly a surprise he's even able to notice anything on his ship to begin with. His eyes are extremely bloodshot, but somehow he is still functioning. And he looks at you and he says, so is tonight the night you're supposed to go a little cuckoo?" And he kind of like twirls his finger towards his head in circles.
I love that cereal. Sorry.
yes, I do love Cocoa Puffs. They are very good. Please sponsor us, Cocoa Puffs.
No fucking cereal brand would sponsor me. All of this shit we've said.
I don't know.
Right.
This DM loves his cereal.
I love cereal. I would
like how
take
you
a
said that
sponsor
with a
from
mouth of
brands.
cereal. Like...
I don't have cereal on me.
No, I'm saying Ethan. Ethan went, this Captain Roy loves cereal.
I'm eating Skittles.
Same thing. Skittles cereal.
Yeah. Stares the captain through the
I mean-
door.
I mean, I know
but
you
anyways,
Americans have cookies as a breakfast cereal, so like,
that is true.
Dude,
They're also really
that
bad.
one's pretty sick.
Those ones are good.
What?
No, I mean like bad as
Those are
in
good.
for you, not like not taste.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But anyways, he says this and he kind of looks at it and he says, so how like bad does it get? Cause
gnawing
most-
teeth, bigger, hairy, strong. I've heard.
You're sounding like my ex-wife. All right, listen.
Oh.
What I want to know is, can we handle you if you do it on the ship? Because most likely, that's not what I wanted to hear. Because, hold on, and he's gonna like look under his desk. He's like, oh, there it is. And you'll see him like reach under and up into like the bottom part of his desk and pull out what appears to be just a hidden bottle of rum. And he uncorks it and he starts to drink and he sets it and slams it down on his desk. He's like, ah, that's the good stuff. So, most likely, you're gonna be on this boat one of the times that the moon is full.
Yes.
That's not good for me boat, if what you says is as bad as it is. Do you have a plan for that?
Yeah. Yes. Me and Albatross went out yesterday and got medicine.
Medicine. All right. Okay. Besides that, just in case it gets bad, not tonight, but the night when we're on the seas, I'm gonna lock you in the brig. Okay?
Oh, yes, I understand.
Just gonna give you a heads up if you start panicking on me while I'm dragging your ass in there. Alright, thanks for the talk. Also, your mop is dry. Anyways, and he's gonna kind of get up and walk over to his other chair and sit down. You could go, I'm gonna read some of my books. And he kind of grabs a very clearly broken book off the floor, and you see him take it and put it over his face and lean back in his chair.
That makes sense. Yeah. About to say, you couldn't see the marionette doll, but he's gonna make out words.
Yeah. But while all of this is happening, what is everyone doing in the current?
Pan's just working on the ship, I guess. Like,
Yep.
and Marionette is just deciding.
Oh wait,
to
no,
follow
I'm
Doug.
so sorry, Damon. We never did your. What are you doing? I'm so sorry. I missed you. I apologize.
Honestly,
what are you doing?
It's fine. I genuinely don't know what I'm doing. I think Dave's just sitting there, kind of in a little corner, just like, I want to go fishing
Contemplating.
again.
You go fishing. You go fishing, guys. You go
Kinda-
fishing.
Going fishing was nice. I can keep my mind off things a little bit.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any food here I could use to cook with. Is there any bread?
You have the eel.
That is true.
Ew.
Because all you did
I already
last
cooked
time was
the
take
eel.
I thought you just took the blood out of it.
No, I cooked
he
it.
split it into two things, I believe. He turned it into food that was edible, but then also used the blood to make a sauce, I think.
Oh, something like that.
I believe. Unless he turned the blood from the thing into a sauce for the cooked food. It's possible.
That's what I did, yes.
Yeah. So, as you're all kind of just on the boat chilling, you will hear a voice down from the docks yell, excuse me! Hello, anyone up there? Excuse me!
The fuck?
No? And if anyone
What do you
is
want?
Curious. So, Pan, you walk to the side of the boat and you see a man dressed in what looks to be probably guards wear. And he has one of those like really weird pointed like hats or I'm trying to think of what it's called. If you've ever seen like the police what is it, British policeman's hat, right? It's kind of like that but metal. He's got one of these weird type of helmets on. And he looks up at you and he's holding like a rolled up piece of paper and he says, "Excuse me, are you the captain of this here ship?"
Absolutely. What can I do for you?
What else were you expecting?
what you don't see is off in the cabin, freaking Crag is choking on his spit or something. But he looks up at you and he says, "Wonderful. I need you to come down here. I have news for you. It is, he kind of, like, unscrolls it. It is a decree from Gildenyost.
Oh no.
If you would come down,
down.
please."
She goes down to greet them.
Oh dear. You come down to this man. He's not very tall. He's actually probably the same size, maybe a little smaller than you are. But he's carrying this like pouch on the side that has a bunch of notes, or like a bunch of rolled up paper. And he's holding out this very specific one. He looks at you and he says, "A royal decree from Gildenyost has been stated that all ships shall not leave the port due to inspections related to the attack on the main town's home."
I just want to state, he's doing this all while I'm standing right in front of him, undisguised.
Yeah. You look at him and you can clearly tell he is very into his paper right now. He's trying to be as formal as possible, and like he's holding the paper in front of himself so he can't see you. So the moment he's done, he rolls it down and looks up at you and he goes, "Oh dear heavens! Are you sure you're the captain of this?" And he looks up. "Fine vessel."
Absolutely. I don't know who you think would be better fitted. I literally have robotic limbs, and she just pulls off her arm.
"Oh, that's unsettling. But anyways, you're gross. Cover your face. It is disgusting. Listen. Due to the incident that occurred in Gildenyost, as I said in the letter, no one is allowed to leave port for a few days, for possibly more. Just be aware of that. If anyone attempts to leave the port, we will have to contain the vessel. Or detain the vessel."
I point to a random ship at the dock and I go, "I heard they're smuggling something."
"Ooh, is this true?"
"I don't know, I heard it."
"Well, I will have the town's guard investigate this. I must make my rounds to the other houses. Thank you. This is the notification. Good day." And he walks away and he kind of like looks back, he's just more like disgusted with how you look in general, and he's just kind of looking back constantly, just like, ugh.
When he looks back at one point, it's just he sees the marionette right behind him.
You see his expression go from ugh to oh, and he just kind of like jumps and pedals his feet faster. And he heads back into the town, and this is what you all have heard. And then you hear from the cabin, "What's all that racket? Can't get a bloody bit of sleep."
I am now the captain.
I am the
What?
I am the captain.
No, this is my ship.
Well, they don't believe that. They believe it's my ship now.
"Who's they? I'll show them what's what." And you see him look forward, see the dude kind of walking away. He's hold on. He reaches down, and you see him pull up a giant shot like a blunderbuss. And he's like, "I'll get him." "I'm too drunk for this." And he puts it back in his side. What was that all about?
None of us were gonna stop him.
I mean, do you really expect Dan to? Like, let's be honest.
What, is it even loaded?
Like, he didn't load it. And I feel like he's not very good with supplies. I think it's not loaded. I'm being honest.
Oh god, I'm tempted to like rewind and have him try to fire and it just click and he goes, "Oh." But anyways, so you see this happen and everyone else also hears and sees. What happens?
Whoa, what are you doing?
What is happening?
What is that?
Wee.
Oh, Pan is flipping out. So yes.
Oh yeah.
Craig looks at Pan and is like, "What was that about? Woke me up from my sleep with all the yelling."
Something about something or rather. Not important." She just walks off and continues with her duties.
"Oh, it's not important, then I'm gonna try and take my nap again.
It was kind of important.
Okay, but wait, hold on. One of you says it's important, one of you says it's not. I'm a little confused.
Well, if that's the case, then it might be important.
I gotta do everything around here. What? I can't grab my character. Shit. There we go.
You can't. Good lord.
I come out because I have fucking eagle ears because I'm, elf boy vampire man.
Vampire.
I walk out just like obviously just like not happy with having to be with this guy again. There's a man there. He said
Elf boy.
I was going to tell you if you don't interrupt me. The man told her.
Why would I interrupt you?
Shut the
What?
fuck
Who's
up!
interrupting who? Where's my
God
route?
damn it!
Huh? What were you saying? I wasn't paying attention.
The man said that no ships can leave port for the next few days.
Oh, hold on. And you see him go over to the side of the ship and just kind of throw up.
Oh god.
Ugh. Sorry about that. There's me room. We can't leave.
Allegedly.
That's not gonna happen. I like to
They
see
will
them
try to
little
detain us
whooshies
if
try
we
to
leave.
stop my. What?
They will try to detain us if we leave.
Try being the key word there.
So we're still taking off either way, right?
100%.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You hear Pan
No
yell,
vessel has
"Absolutely!"
ever sunk. The what is the fucking boat?
The Jackdaw. I don't know.
Gun.
The fuck?
Hold on. I think it's like the rusty bucket or something. Let me see.
The rust bucket?
Travel tokens. There it is. I gotta find
Jolly
it. There it is.
Roger.
It's the crusty
What?
bucket.
Oh.
He looks. He's like, no ship has ever sunk the crusty bucket, and no ship will ever do. So yeah, no, we're still heading that. But we got a little bit more time to go, so I'm gonna go read. And he shuts his door to his cabin and then makes his way back into his fun little sleeping position. And that is
Well,
how that goes.
That is unfortunate.
So no one cares that they're gonna try and kill us if we go.
I mean, let's
I
be
mean,
honest.
who isn't trying to kill us?
Yeah. It wouldn't be the first time.
Fair,
It will not be the
fair
last.
enough.
Look, if they try to detain us, well, we should just go tonight. If they try to detain us, they'll have to deal with a gun.
Oh God.
That is
That is wild. Just release the beast.
Take sail, leave me on the pier.
Yeah.
I'll just swim and
Release
catch
the
up later.
Kraken! Where's the
Yeah.
Kraken, Fuzzy?
I just imagine
Kraken
I just imagine they all rock up and they're like, "We have an army. We have a Gug."
That's funny.
I mean, it does make a good point.
Alright,
Probably,
but-
I mean, this ship isn't exactly one of the largest ships in port. There is a potentiality that we could potentially sneak away under the cover of night. Wait,
What is the marionette doing?
there is something we might. Okay.
Marionette is dead.
Sorry, that actually made me laugh a lot more than it should have.
No,
Sorry about that.
No,
Continue.
you go on. You good? Okay.
I'm feeling pretty
good.
bad today.
I'm gonna fucking stab you. Okay.
Oh my god, damn!
Well, there is a potentiality that we could sneak out under the cover of night. Perhaps if, I don't know, if we knew someone that knew like weather patterns, maybe, if there's a foggy day in the next few days, we could try to go then.
A way to detect
was
weather?
pretty
That
funny.
sounds like an
Fun.
interesting invention.
It does sound like one, doesn't it?
Yes, I'm gonna add that
I
to
know.
my
Is there,
list.
maybe we could just have a way to make a shit ton of steam. I could do it.
That would also work.
I could just keep firing off my incendiary rounds into whatever we need.
If we make a lot of noise, I think they'd suspect something. Anyhow.
You have a good point.
Yeah, those might be a bit too loud.
Huh.
Have we
Shit.
met someone with knowledge of weather?
Weather? I don't think so.
Aren't you the sorcerer man who has weather abilities?
Do we know that?
I tamper.
Well, wait a minute. I mean, not that we should contact him so quickly, but we do know someone who actively conjured a thunderstorm in the middle of a bright day.
Who was that?
That Arthur. He did it last he did it last episode, you fucking bitch. He did it literally in the last episode.
Who?
Never mind.
Goodness.
All right. Well, if that's out of the table, I'm sure we can think of something. Maybe we need to venture back into the town. We're going to have to go out there anyway.
Oh, look around, I'm sure.
Oh, by the way, guys, I have made some blueprints for an invention.
Neat.
Yes, it'll allow us to communicate from a distance.
Me and I can already do that.
Like a message spell?
Yes, except it won't cost you anything.
It won't blow.
Oh, of course, it'll have very limited range, as it will be a prototype, but...
Yes, but will it explode?
Probably not. And she just walks off.
It probably will.
Can I get a poll real quick? How many of us actually have message? Because I have message.
I used to.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, you used to. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm no longer a sorcerer.
No.
I was really
He is
curious.
no
I was
longer
wondering if, like,
Sorcerer Supreme.
Nope.
Alright.
He is sorcerer. He is no longer sorcerer bunny.
So yeah, I don't
This
know
was
if you noticed what I put in chat accidentally because I was trying to look at it.
Pass without trace.
But I wonder if that would, I don't know, come up in the future. Anyway,
I'm sure.
we should probably go back into the town.
Oh, it's just make it looks like a boat is going off on its own.
What?
I don't know.
Well, it's a full it's a full shadow, so it'd be like if we left during the night. You know how I said under fog. I would cast probably most of the at least most of the boat, because it doesn't seem to be very big.
Darwin, you
into
go potty.
darkness.
Okay. I'll be right back.
I'm just saying that
I
it
miss
adds to
you.
the potentiality we could. You could
You
take
do
away.
it from here. That would be
Might-
as much
it
as the boat.
might help.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of the boat. That's a pretty significant portion.
It's from you, mate.
Did you see the front and the back of the boat just sailing away?
So basically, what you would see
Shadow.
from a distance is a giant ball of shadow
Oh, yeah, I'm
in the
saying,
middle of a ship.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but a shadow in the dark would just kind of blend in
Yeah.
a little bit. So it'd probably be like,
It
there's
would,
no
depending
way.
how unlit it is.
Yeah, it's like,
I want to I want to stroke my chin. And be like,
Oh, what if we forced another ship to sail before us?
Oh, are we talking about threats? I love threats.
you do have a good
No,
point.
not
That
exactly.
Could work. But
We could distract the guards with
Could
the
we-
ship.
could we
and
commandeer
move
a
on our own.
ship and let it out into the sea? Have them chase that as the crusty bucket. What is this called? The shit bucket over here
it's
the shit box
crusty
could
bucket.
get out into the sea.
terrible name. Terrible name, by the way. It's like really a bad omen. I feel like the name
Nah.
is big.
Perfectly fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I
As
also
you
want to
all
point
are-
out, because we did have a new day technically, because you said this was the morning, that might mean that we can fish again.
You can. I was actually about to bring it up.
Oh.
Yay!
As you're having this discussion, you will definitely take note around you as the town is starting to come alive in the morning. And it's been like an hour or so after you guys have woken up at this point, and you can definitely see a lot of people on other ships, just some sitting on the
Oh,
dock, just kind
however.
of chilling and fishing their day away.
While they're gonna go fish, Pan's gonna go into town.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
So what we will do is, for the sake of visuals here, I'm going to go to our Icewind Port map. Poof. All right, so everyone is, for the most part, on the boat. But Pan, you and your mannequin are walking into town. Is that correct?
Yes, and she'll wear a cloak of disguise, and I don't know,
That's
she'll
fine.
disguise herself as just a random person she sees walking around.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Waves goodbye.
Oh.
Oh,
I just want them to know.
Albatross instant transmission
Yeah,
to Seabound
well, that's
supplies.
that's where I want to go. So I'll just speed this process up a little.
Yeah. Well, first, what I will do is I'll ask Pan, what are you doing
Yeah.
in town?
Is there a
Where are you
blacksmith in town?
going?
Probably some variant.
Not
Whether he's
in,
good or not.
Not in this space, but similar to what Albatross had said. You could find probably someone who has a form of like a forge or some form of that, but it's probably not going to be good quality. If you still want to look for that person, we can.
Yeah, she'll just walk around,
Okay.
look for the person.
Hello.
What I will have you do is roll perception.
Roll perception?
Yeah,
You want me to roll perception?
Yeah, roll me a perception. If you
I don't want to roll a perception. I have 0
Roll
in
perception.
perception. But it doesn't
Well,
matter
you got
because I got a 19.
Yeah, almost a nat 20. That's really sad. But you are looking around, and
I wonder what would happen if
you're
you
very
had a nat
adept
20.
in how forges work, and even the smell of a forge is noticeable to, especially you, if you could be near enough one. But what you notice is off in the distance, you see a small like plume of smoke kind of trailing up into the sky, and noticing specifically the color of the smoke is this darker black smoke with like some hints of gray mixed in, and you recognize this as, generally speaking, smoke that would come from a forge. There's definitely this irony smell the closer you get to this place, and you kind of keep walking towards the Clam Tavern. I'd say you end up probably like over here.
Ow.
But when you get over here, you see a much older man. He's got like this very, very obviously makeshift forge, and he's just kind of whittling away, creating like what looks to be like knives, probably for flaying fish, and maybe some spearheads in case people are spearfishing. But he's just kind of working away on his little anvil and forge. What do you do?
I approach him and I'm like, "Hello, my good sir. I see you have a forge."
Oh, yes, hello. May I be of service to you?
I'm gonna show him my blueprints. Like, not all of them, like, specifically,
Yeah.
like, they're sort of...
Where you need the supplies melted down.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be like, I need these sorts of things, like, forged. Would you be able to help me?
You see him kind of like shakenly like lift up on top of his head and pull down some like glasses. They're a little cracked and kind of misshapen. He puts it down. He looks and leans closer to your blueprint. He says, "This is mighty fine craftsmanship. I think my forge can do that for you. If it would be not too much to ask, a form of trade for my forge's work. I can take a little bit of gold if that would be fine."
Of course, I wouldn't expect you to work for free. How much are you after?
This is not much at all. I would say probably 5 gold.
Here you go.
I'll
And of
have
course,
have
I will.
this done soon.
And of course, I'll provide you with the supplies. I say, handing over the stuff that's needed.
Yes, yes. He kind of holds his hands out for the things that you're asking, and once he receives them, he kind of takes this like giant bowl, this giant like stone bowl that was sitting on top of the forge, and with these like very thick leather gloves, he grabs the sides, and you can see there's like no form of singeing happening. He's able to just easily grab this thing and it not burn him. And he places this bowl off to the side, and he grabs another one that's off in the distance and places it on top of his forge. And just like the other one, you see this one begin to heat up and burn in a much brighter color. And then he takes the supplies you'd given him and starts to put them together piece by piece into the thing until they all start to pool into a form. And from there, basically, you'll get what you want. What we will have now is, what is everyone else doing? So, Albatross, you rebounded back to Seabound Supplies? Like,
Yeah, because I changed my mind. I changed my mind.
Oh.
That's not what we were doing.
Okay. So what are you doing?
So when she's looking for someone, well, not that Albatross thinks this, because he doesn't know that she's looking for someone to help her, but for me to DM to Gug, a certain someone that we met that was really good with technology in our duo episode might be someone to consider to be an aid here. Just thinking, obviously not like right here, now, but in the future. For our good friend here, who makes tech. Anyway.
Oh,
Something to note, while Pan's having him like create the physical thing, she's the one going to be doing the wiring and everything. Pan would hate other people working on her inventions, like
unless she
on the
just
technical
do it.
side of it.
unless she simply could not do it. But no, we met somebody in our duo episode that like specifically does exactly what you're trying to do already. Like that's his already forte. So I was like, oh, that's convenient.
Pan would
I didn't
absolutely
even think about
hate
it, but
him.
you're so right. I think you'd like it.
I think you would after the first meeting.
Maybe I would, but Pan wouldn't.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think Pan would like him actually, but like probably not for the same reason. Like you probably wouldn't like him because he's also good at what you're at, but you'd like him in a general fashion. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
His character.
Welcome back, Alan Star.
While Pan is having all these supplies created for her, what is everyone on the ship doing? Because you all know that Crag is reading in his cabin.
Yes.
What are you guys doing?
So I changed my mind. I'm not going to see Seabound Supplies. I'm going to the Clam.
Oh,
whoa.
Okay.
I'm going back to
dear.
the Clam.
Oh no.
Getting flashbacks to Baragnir.
No.
All right. You walk into the slam.
Well, let me pause there for a second because I thought we were gonna kind of do the Gug. I'm gonna go out to try to, see how everyone kind of feels about this lockdown situation. I'm probably gonna go to the tavern. That's where a lot of people are. You can come with if you'd like. That's where I'm gonna be. There you go. And then I go. I want to give them the ins to where they can both come if they wanted to.
Yeah. Do any of you guys join in the tavern?
I don't want to be on this boat.
I would say after that, it's your choice.
Yep. Gug, are you sticking around on the ship, or are you gonna head out as well?
I have a plan in mind that I'm going to go wander around the port dwelling area and just like walk up to people and just ask like, "Do you know weather? Do you know weather?"
Okay, so we're kind of doing the same thing but in different places.
Really funny.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can count me as like someone over here.
So Damien and Albatross, you two are walking through town, and dead ahead you see the Slandplam Tavern, and how you notice it is rather easy because you immediately see some people getting thrown out of the bar.
I've already been in here.
You have, yes. And Albatross, you very specifically have been in here before.
Yes.
Because the person you see getting thrown out is the same person you yourself threw out.
Oh, the guy whose pistol I took and threw it in the ocean.
Yeah. You see him kind of like brushing himself off very drunkenly. He's like, you still owe me my money. Oh. And he hurls onto the ground. And he kind of like wipes his brow. And he looks over at you, squints, eyes widen. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. And he kind of backs away. I'll just go this way. And he rounds the corner of like the building you were near.
I lean over to Damien. Despite the clientele, it's actually quite a nice place.
Did you do something to that guy?
Maybe, possibly. I did it for the group.
Yep.
Very
as
ominously,
you
just
both-
leaves it at that.
Yeah. As you all both walk into the bar, Albatross, you see the same, a very similar scene to the first time you were in here. And you see the bartender behind the bar itself, and he looks up at you and says, "Ah, I see you've returned. Very good.
Yes.
What can I do you for?"
Well, from what I've been told and what I've learned from my time out in the world, barkeeps tend to hear a lot of things. I want to know what you know about this blockade of sorts happening.
I think I can help you along with that. You helped me mighty finely, and sure you saw him out there earlier. Had one of my friends kick him out, and he kind of nods his head over to the side, and you see this burlier man kind of chilling in the corner. He looks over at you, and he kind of nods. And then he looks actually over, the bartender looks over at Damien. He says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. You're a little lower in my perspective. You are..."
I'm a Damien.
I'm a Damien.
You're a Damien?
The Damien.
I am
Okay.
the Damien.
Well, hello, the Damien.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Slammed Clan. Before we get into business, would you two like any drinks?
Not this time, thank you.
How about you, little one?
All things considered,
Wait, are
I'm
you-
actually underaged.
Don't ask questions.
I was actually about to ask that. Alright, well, you want to know about the things we've been here around town, is that right?
Mostly about the blockade, yes.
Yes. From mostly of what we've heard, apparently the bigwigs over in Gildan Yost have had a bit of a change in lead. It would seem that I think the head guardsman actually kind of took control of the place. We haven't heard hide or hair about the mistress who is there, nor even Hurst himself. But now that place has had a bit of change of leadership, it seems he's being a bit more strict around the place. Sent guards all over town, even other places into the forest, it would seem. I heard stories that they even tried to get people over in Baragnir, which is wild to me. They even think of climbing that damned mountain. But, other than that, the best thing I can say is the locals here are not happy about it. You see, it's a fishing village. And to just up and say you can't go out there into the waters and fish, and frankly, we all quite hate it.
Sounds like we could easily solve the situation with a riot.
Well,
Not gonna lie.
let's not get extremely hasty, because...
Well, you see, this town's a little smaller than, Gildan Yost is. I don't really think the people here would be even willing to riot, even if they were forced to. This is a bunch of, for the most part, peaceful people here. We make our fine living off the fish we find. Ain't no need for really unnecessary violence, except for that drunkard ass out there.
Alright, so you said that there are new guards. Obviously their navy of sorts is here.
Eh?
Do you know...
Oh, if you want to see their navy, they have a big ass fucking boat off down to the far end of the docks. That damn thing's been blocking the view of most ships coming in. They have it posted kind of ways on out, kind of prevent people from leaving.
So if you could estimate, how many guards do you think have been sent?
Through town itself, if I had to take a guess, I'd say more than a dozen.
Okay. All
The
right.
town's not very big. Don't need that many people walking around. They can get enough through around that much. But the ship, she's a mighty big one. She probably carries over 50 men.
And it's how many boats? I mean, I could go out there and look.
Well, right now,
myself,
she's
but-
only the one there. That one's... Well, she's built to hold.
Big is also kind of slow, so I find that
Aye.
interesting. Albeit, I'm sure you don't need to be much more than a threatening presence for fishing boats.
He kind of squints his eye and he lowers his head and kind of pulls his hand up to his face and he's like, "You're not thinking of trying to leave, are you?"
Well, you could see me. I don't exactly belong in a place like this.
Hey, you definitely look like you're not from here. Well, are you... Tell you what. I can see if some of my guys can help you and your kind out of here if you need some help. We could probably cause a little bit of a disturbance, if you will. But I don't know if we're going to be able to handle most of the ship, if you will. That one might be on to whatever you can do, but we can definitely... Right, boys, we can definitely distract the guards. And you see everyone in the bar go, "Oi, yeah!"
If you'd be willing to
The
do
one
that,
guard sitting in the barns.
wait 1 minute. Pause. Pause all existence and time.
No thanks.
It's not really your choice.
Golden Requiem.
All right.
I mean, when you think about it, Pan has a stand.
I mean, kind of, yeah. And it's standing behind everyone she doesn't like.
Or the people she does like. Either or.
It's just standing behind
You never
people.
know.
All right.
Yeah.
That's all it's doing.
Let's talk the business side of this. I would hate to ask you to do this of your own kindness. So, what will you need in order to make this distraction?
Well, the people here obviously need money more than anything. Get their supplies from Gildan Yost. I'll tell you what. I'll talk with some of the boys around town, see what we can do, see what we would prefer, and I'll get back with you. Probably have a letter boy run around to give you something. And then we can meet up back here in the Clan Tavern. Discuss more later. How's that sound?
Sounds perfectly fine to me.
Alright. Well, I guess if that's all you guys have for me, is there anything else I can really do before you all, well, head back to your ship?
I'm not, and as he goes to turn around, he stops. Actually, do you know what the weather is supposed to be like in the next few days?
Not me. I'm not much more of a gazer of the stars or anything like that, but, somewhere down the docks, there should be a bit of an old hag. She always looks up and around everywhere, always screaming when weather's about to change. We call her, well, generally most of the people here call her Weather Monsieur, but she's pretty good at telling when things are gonna be a specific way. So if there's anyone to talk to, it'd probably be her.
Well,
Phrases from behind the bar. But anyways, I don't think you... What the fuck is that?
no. Well, that's... Well, thank you for the information, and thank you for the
This
consideration.
where...
What?
You see him, like, reach down, and this is a pretty big guy. He reached down, he grabs it, and he holds it over the table, and he's like, is this yours?
No,
Yes.
No, you could toss that out, really.
He
you can
looks around,
try,
and you see...
but it'll come back.
Sadly.
It
he
always
looks
comes
around
back.
and see
It
there's like
always comes back.
this very clear trash bin, and he kind of just like slowly lowers it in, and then he picks it up. He's like, "Wait, no!" And he turns it upside down and lowers it back into the bin. He's like, "That's much better."
You see it do a contortionist style exit from the bin.
I don't like that. Get,
It's like
he,
it was
shoos
designed to be
Get-
creepy.
It's
Well-
Pan. What do you expect?
Well,
No.
besides that, I'd like to thank you for the information, and we'll be seeing you. I slide like 1 gold across the bar, and I turn and I leave.
He'll shyly take it and sit in one of his like pouches, and he'll nod. He's like, "You two have a good day, and take whatever this is with you." And he kind of like pushes
I don't
the
want
doll
it either.
out from behind his bar.
I don't want it either.
I'm sure it's gonna follow us out anyways.
He says that you look as it's following Albatross perfectly.
You think if I cut it into multiple parts and I threw it into the gutter, would it still come back?
Yes, they would.
Probably.
I'm not
I
asking
could
Probably
totally see
find
it.
a way to reassemble itself.
You know how Pan has the ability to just remove limbs and reattach them.
Yes, unfortunately.
Point. That's a
You
very
don't
good
think
point.
you think she wouldn't just give her creation that ability to?
Well,
Like,
she could.
exactly.
All right, but as you all have done and gone through this, Gug, you are walking up and down the shoreline. You were talking to people that kind of walk by. Some of them kind of, yeah, do you know weather? Some of them kind of look at you very
Actually-
confusedly and keep walking. What?
Actually, along the way, I'm gonna like mix up my question, and now I'm gonna start asking, "Can you change the weather? Can you change the weather?"
You see this this more portly man walk by, and you catch his attention. And you start asking his questions, and he just starts to like, "Do I look like a weather wizard to you? Come on, way!" And he kind of walks past you, and then eventually, as you're walking through trying to ask these people multiple questions, you see like a much more pompous-looking lady walk by, and you try to go towards her to ask questions. She stops, immediately turns around, and starts walking the other way. And it's becoming more and more
Excuse me, I don't think
difficult.
you heard me.
She runs. And you see actually one of the Gilding Yell's guardsmen. He's kind of walking. He sees you do this, and he's like, "Excuse me, sir, what's you doing here?" He kind of walks over. "What are you doing with that lady?"
Oh, I was just inquiring about if she could change the weather.
like when he says inquiring, I can only see him like pushing up his glasses. I was merely inquiring about the weather. My good sir.
He looks at you and squints his eyes. "Are you daft? No person can change the weather. What are you on about?"
Oh, well, I wasn't sure. I figured I'd ask around.
Well, either way, don't go chasing around these here town folks like a maniac. Get on, you get.
Real quick question for you. Would you happen to be able to change the weather?
Don't even. You see him like pull out his sword, and he kind of like he's like, "Get on!" And he starts to kind of poke towards you.
Oh,
Don't cause any more trouble.
Sorry, sir.
As you do this, and you turn around, you see this very small old lady wearing very like shaggy drabwear, maybe like a fishing net's kind of looped around her chest, kind of acting like a scarf. She looks up at you, and by the way, she's just kind of behind you, right? So you turn around and instantly see she's right there, and she looks at you directly in the eyes, say, "You want to know the weather?"
No, I guess that would be second best. Sure, I was.
Oh, no one knows the better weather than I. And she starts walking away.
Okay.
Oh.
Are we having any unexpected storms or fog?
She's down the hall, or down the port, by the way. She just keeps walking.
Okay, I guess I'll like turn over like my shoulder and like check to see if the guard's still there.
Yeah, he seems to not be paying attention. He's continuing his his routine.
With hasty steps, I'll follow this old lady.
You see her kind of heading towards more like the edge of town over in this direction. And eventually you get to this this house that's kind of like in between two houses. It's a lot smaller. And when you look at the house, you see her kind of walking into this door that is barely on its hinges, and she looks around, looks both sides, looks back at you, and he says, "Come, I show you the weather." And she walks inside. And then
I'm
she,
gonna, like, take up the
you
door
hear from,
and like place it behind me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. You see, like, as you, like, you're about to just like, "Don't break that all," and then like you pull the door accidentally off the hinges, and it's just like, "Oh," put it back on. you get into the house, and
Sorry.
when you do, you immediately are hit with the scent of various plant-based aromas, and specifically for you, it's very intense. You see her walking around with like a watering pail, watering these flowers, and then you see her going over to this table that has a dead fish that's just on it, and she peels the skin off of it and gets into and grabs the bone, and you see her just start like taking it in her hand and crushing it into just a form of like crumbage, and then she just starts sprinkling that onto the plants, and then she looks back. He says, these plants will tell me the weather, but you have to listen. They speak many words very quietly. She lowers herself down. What do you do?
I look at her skeptically, but I don't have like the heart to tell her that I think she's crazy. So I'll play along and bend down to the plants with her, like put my ear towards it. Okay.
She looks very intently at you doing it and kind of smiles very awkwardly. And then with like her big, wide, bulgy eyes, she blinks a few times and then stands up straight, looks out the window. I think there's a storm coming tonight. The flowers, they speak.
That's convenient.
The weather changes. Clouds forming above. Thunder. Lightning. Something fierce is on the rise.
Earth. Fire.
She kind of wobbles and hobbles to the back of the room. And you see her come out with like this bag of seeds. And she holds out to you, plant these in a pot and set them outside to grow, and they will tell you what you need to know. Just kind of holding it out for you.
Just about weather, or like, is this supposed to be like, if you hear?
She looks at you, like one eye blinking after the other. Of course,
I'll
about the
just
weather. What
take
else
it.
do you think I do here?
I'll just take them. Thank you. I'll take the bag of seeds from her.
Yeah, she gives you the seeds, and then kind of like turns back around. Ooh, I almost forgot. And she grabs some of the fish meat that she had like just torn and just starts gnawing on it. You like them? Can't let good food go to waste. All right, more for me.
Doug turned down
Right.
food.
By the way, she 100% looks like a gremlin of a person. Absurdly insane looking.
I just
trust her more
imagined
now.
her the entire time as a kobold.
I can see that actually, yeah.
Can I do anything about the door? It makes me sad that I'm leaving her with a door that's broken.
You look at the door and you're
Well,
looking
let me
at the
look at the
hinges.
tiles.
Oh yeah. Well, you didn't bring your bag with you. You left it back in the cabin.
I did.
Oh,
I
you
went
did?
back to the cabin earlier. I made a little motion
Oh,
of it with my
okay.
character. I left the mop
Gotcha.
there and I picked up the bag. I didn't feel like saying it because I felt like it's
That's
Slow
fine.
thing.
That's fine. Understandable.
all right. There is nothing good in this bag. I don't know what to use this for.
That's funny.
This sucks.
As you're like looking in your bag and you look up back at the door, back into the bag and then back at the door, you notice the door is already starting to fall off its hinges again. And before anything like you can even attempt to catch it, it just kind of like slams down onto the ground outside. And you hear in the back room, he's like, "Did you break it again?"
Oh. Wait. Oh. I have mending. I have mending.
Yay!
That's funny.
Yay!
No. I like to imagine he's like putting it on the thing and healing it as he says no.
No, obviously not.
You do exactly what you expect. You put the door back into its spot and use mending, and the wood that was holding it does manage to retain its hold onto the door frame. And with that, you have semi-repaired the door.
Like,
And
I wipe
also,
off my hands,
before
like,
you
"God,
fully
well done."
leave, she yells back, "You watch out for the skies! The thunder may strike, or the lightning." No.
Okay.
And then she just You hear her just pitter off into the back of her house.
Hey, so Damien, how do you think we're gonna find this old lady out at the docks? There's gotta be so many people there.
So what happens now is we're gonna go back over to Pan as the man and you, the older fella and you have been working on the ingredients to your stuff, and you have effectively made the material you need, and he kind of packages them for you with like little strings and ties things together to kind of make it look nice for you. And he says, I hope this will do you well.
I'd actually like to retcon something.
What is it?
Rather than having him make the thing, she's just paying him to use the forge so she can make it herself.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
Sure enough. He kind of watches in impressed awe because he's seen some. You can tell with just how he acts and everything. He's definitely seen like blacksmiths before and everything, and the skill that you showcase in your craftsmanship is impressive. And he is taking notes, and you see him kind of looking over your shoulders like, ooh, you've done this for quite some time.
Yes, I made my limbs myself, and she pulls off her arm.
Oh. And you see him take his glasses and kind of wiggle them again in front of his face, and he looks closer at the arm. That is mighty impressive craftsmanship. I can't say I've seen this type of work before.
Wait, I just realized something. I'm disguised, so he just saw someone just tear off their own arm.
That's a good point. For the sake of brevity, we're just gonna say you didn't tear off your arm.
Yeah.
We're basically he's gonna be looking at your craftsmanship and basically like, this is impressive. Where did you learn such craftsmanship?
She's just gonna shrug and be like, I don't know.
Oh, I see. Naturally taught, then. Sometimes I think that is the best way to learn. And he kind of looks up at the sky, and at this point, it's been a few hours. Like, chunk of time has passed. It's, I think at this point, fair to say, it's probably midday. And he's looking around, and he's like, seems that it is becoming a bit late. I'm afraid I will have to close soon. So, if it is not too much of a bother for you to pace in your work, I would like to prepare my food for my wife.
All right, I got this. And she's gonna take her hammer, one last clink, and she goes, and I'm done.
Good timing.
Yes.
You're welcome for the forge. I will be closing shop now. I hope you have a good day. And you see him kind of like walking over to like his stuff. He's like taking off his apron and trying to hang it on like the hooks and stuff. He's very slow going, but you see him walk inside this little like side door. First he like pulls this sign that hangs from the top of his little outing area, and it says closed. And then he starts to walk inside. Do you do anything?
As Pan walks outside, she's gonna look around and be like, where did Marionette go?
I like how the idea is the Marionette got bored of watching you forge shit and was just like, fuck this. I'm gonna go fuck with the other guys.
Honestly,
and yes. But you all eventually manage your way back to the docks. Maybe not intentionally at the exact same time.
Oh, hey.
But you all do. Or maybe Pan's a little behind, probably exploring the edges of the tavern. But you guys, Damien and Albatross and the Marionette, run into Gug making his way back from the other side of the port.
Hi. I'm holding a bag of seeds, by the way.
What?
Still in my hands.
What you got there, buddy?
Whispering plants.
What?
Or something
What?
like
But
that.
Whispering. Okay. So, Did you meet
Is
an
he
old
okay?
lady?
Yes, I went
Right?
through a whole thing.
Did you meet
Yeah.
an old crazy lady?
I don't know if it is my place to say her mental state, but
So-
yes.
So he found the person we were looking for, Damien.
Oh. Okay. I guess that's
she
easy
said-
enough.
You speak very well. You're very good with your words. No one's gonna get that reference anyway. Well, did you learn anything from her by chance?
Oh, yes. Apparently, there's going to be a storm coming tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight, yes.
Well, good that there's gonna be a storm, but you do understand the problem with it being tonight and not tomorrow night.
Yes.
Not that we can control the weather,
It's
but
clear that like it's clear that it's not connecting in my head what's happening. It's just I'm just agreeing to agree.
so tonight, full moon, cannot leave on boat.
Oh.
Oh.
Unless we want to try our makeshift tranquilizer, but we might only have one dose of this, so we think we best keep it.
Maybe, crud.
We got all the preparations we can for the situation. We're gonna have to deal with it either way because we're gonna be on the boat for a full week.
Yes, I already have what we'll deal with it on, well, for more than a week, because the moon takes 2 weeks anyway, it doesn't matter. So, when we're on the boat, I already have an idea for that, but we might only have one shot at it. Which leaves us with tonight. We have the storm, which would be the best case of leaving, but we also have to deal with our, situation at hand.
Oh, right! I forgot about that!
Yeah. So, the
Wow,
rain...
you guys forgot about that.
No, well, obviously I didn't.
Oh no, I didn't, but Damien did.
Yeah. So, I already have an idea of how to take care of that tonight. Problem being is that means we will not be able to use the storm in order to escape.
This is quite tricky.
I mean,
Were you able to
has
find out
he
anything?
ever transformed and been able to keep his mental state, like, at all?
Not really. I mean, maybe in
time.
very small spurts. Wait, what?
Whenever I was still traveling alone, there's been a time. But it's not something I could ever rely on to happen.
Either way, yes. Either way, we can't rely on the chance that he'll be fine on this one. Like I said, I already have an idea, but like I said, that sacrifices our ability to use the storm. But maybe we don't have to. Damien, do you
What?
think... Can you still tread water?
Tread water? Like,
Can you swim? Or
that is a good question.
Whoa.
I don't actually know.
is there a way we
don't
could...
need air, right?
That's true, but I don't want him falling through the ground beneath the water.
I don't need it. Okay, why is this important, though?
If any of us
I'm
were going to
not
be able to
following.
sneak onto a boat, that one, I point out to the massive boat out there that's slowly watching the horizon. If any of us could sneak onto that boat, I'm willing to bet on you.
Like what? Try to disable the boat in some type of way?
Preferably.
Just make it to where it can't follow us?
Well, maybe we meet you out there. We you got there first. We start to set sail a little bit. You set some type of small fire or something. That nothing that would they're not that far from shore. So even if you burn the whole thing, the odds are they would get back to shore perfectly fine. But more importantly, maybe find a way to release anchor. They can't move nearly as fast as they could. It'll eventually stop them. We get away.
Or I could just ask Pan for a bomb.
That works, but the problem is that you need to go through the ship. The bomb is tangible. How would you get the bomb
That's not
onto
very
ship?
reliable. I mean, I travel with my frying pan all the time.
That is true, but I just thought it was like some weird magic soul charm thing that you've connected to it, so it also goes invisible with you.
No, this is just a frying pan.
Oh. Anyway,
which was the idea he has a magic frying pan.
doesn't matter. Either way,
Yeah.
you're still at this point the fastest of us. You can probably get out there the fastest. You can get in, get out. No matter what, that's all you do. If you see an Omen hunter on there by chance, anyone, we don't know who this god who took over is or who they know, all you're doing is disabling the ship and getting onto our ship. Do you understand that?
I
No.
let you know now, I'm not very boat smart. It's why I'm, like, only doing fishing and cooking.
Boat smart. Like, you don't know what an anchor is.
I know what an anchor is, but
That's
I wouldn't be able to just tell you how to raise anchor or something like that.
You know fire, and you know what an anchor is. I need you just break the anchor, or the chain on the anchor, make it fall, and then it slows ship down, we leave.
Wouldn't preventing the anchor from going down...
not the chain on the anchor, the chain that locks it in place. There's two different ones. Doesn't matter. The locking
So
mechanism.
that's like a whole
fine,
mechanism.
the locking
for
mechanism.
That. Okay, I can look for that. I can find a way to break something like that.
All right, there we go. We got an
You
idea.
just hear Pan whisper in your ear, did you say explosives?
No.
Actually, I want to talk about something here in a minute, but you talk about bombs. I'll go over here. Hey, Gug.
Yes.
You said that there were going to be storms, right?
Tonight.
How does lightning happen with you? Because you could summon lightning, you can use it. Do you absorb it? Can you move it?
Hold on, let me look.
I don't know. Let me think about it.
To see if I have absorb element.
I mean, he has
resistance to
lightning
lightning
scars. I was like,
thunder.
he has lightning scars, so it's not impossible that he could, Zuko the shit out of some lightning.
I have resistance to lightning and thunder, so I guess I just take the damage better than someone else.
Okay.
I don't think it would inherently give me a...
Absorption.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think later on you can learn
Well, because generally,
actually absorb elements. Which
to
I
give
think would
my
be funny for
general
this.
idea out loud to everyone, is I was wondering if a different way of having us set fire to the ship would be him lightning bolting it. But I don't know if he
That would
could.
be
I mean,
relying on him in the werewolf transformation too.
Yeah,
Something-
if I have a big attack in my werewolf form.
Have you ever considered the idea of getting into another boat, firing its cannon at the ship, setting the boat on to sail, and then sneaking off before the guards get to you?
But then
Yeah,
we
we
have to
could
obtain a
just
second boat, which I
Steal
guess we
their
can.
boat.
That's a
Well,
big
we're doing
boat.
it at night. The people who own the boat shouldn't be there.
Yeah, why don't we just steal their
There's
boat?
50 of them.
I mean,
If there's 50 people on the boat, I feel like there's gonna always be someone there.
No, I'm talking about like another
Oh,
boat.
she's talking about like a normal boat.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Another one that's at the docks.
We don't want,
Like,
but these people are already kind of poor. Do we want to destroy their livelihoods even more?
yeah, that sounds like a them problem.
Let's find the wealthiest man in town.
But enough
Screw him over.
But enough of them problems becomes an us problem.
Nah, we're leaving, so their problems will no longer be our problems.
I don't agree with that.
I'll say we're getting attacked by people from the holy city of Radiance, and we haven't even been there.
What did you say, sorry?
I said we're being attacked by people from the holy city of Radiance, and yet we've never even been there.
Oh, that place is fun.
No, it's not. Anyway, doesn't matter.
That was my attempt at sarcasm.
Thank you. Time check. Mr. Good Sir, God in Sky.
What time of day?
Yes.
If we had to put this into perspective of our system, it would probably be like 6 o'clock.
Then we don't have much time. We need. I don't.
God.
I don't want to take too much risk. Gug, we should probably get out of the city while we can.
Do we see any like storm clouds starting to gather or anything?
As you're kind of like pondering all of this that's being said, and you kind of look up towards the sky, you notice way off into the ocean, there does seem to be this dark cloud that's slowly moving in the direction of here.
She did it. She did it for me. She summoned the dark clouds.
Right, I'm sure it was the witch. Anyway, like I said, we need to get you out of town and into the plains.
All right. Yes, I suppose we should get to it.
Actually, Damien, if you'd like, unless you have something better to do, would you like to tag along?
Sure. I
Right.
don't have
I'm gonna-
anything better to do right now.
I go up to Damien. I'm gonna level with you. My idea is to take him out of town far enough. The storm might actually help this plan, actually. And essentially, me and you don't really like. I've already slept. I'm good for a few days. You don't sleep at all. I just kind of want to wear him out. I'm pretty certain, with the two of us, we're faster than he is. We could just kind of run him out during the night.
I'm way faster than he is. I just worry about what's in the woods.
There is no woods. It's a plains. I asked that already. I asked the god in
yeah.
the sky if there's woods, and he says no.
It's a frozen plains behind you.
Yeah. So it's
Wasteland.
perfectly flat. It's just a foot race, and I'm willing, even though he's a wolf, I'm still willing to bet on both of us. I mean, if it makes
I
you feel any
can't
better, I've
guarantee I
already done it
won't
before.
shit myself.
Can you do that?
If
Can
he
you use the
transforms.
bathroom? Different question. Doesn't matter. If it makes you feel any better, I've already done this exact same thing before when I first met him, before we learned the tying technique. Before we got the rope,
Why
really. Anyway, it doesn't
don't you
matter.
just tie him up?
Well, I said it was before we got the rope. You fucking
Yeah, but I'm
listen.
saying, like, right now, why don't you just tie him up?
Because he broke out of it last time, and we only have so much rope.
Because you didn't tie it properly.
Whose fault is that? Yours.
Yours.
If you weren't even there, it would have been fine.
What do you mean? You went over to the tree and tried to...
No, I'm saying in general.
I
Like, if it
know.
was just me and him, I could have just been in the tree and he would have fucked off and done his other thing. I would have met him in the morning. It would have been fine even if I messed up the tie. It's because we're in a bigger group now that it's more dangerous and every little thing is amplified.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, doesn't
Your
matter.
point.
Doesn't matter. We this is the best plan that I've thought of. I also want to tie him to the boat.
I mean, that's what I thought the original plan was gonna be.
You're fucking insane.
Just like put him on a
Maybe a
rowboat in
little
the middle of the ocean.
Row your boat.
He'd look like an offshore disco ball.
You know what? Actually, we never really asked you. I turned to Gug. What do you think the best course of action should be?
I'm unsure. It's
Well, would you rather be
Seems
tied
like-
to a boat or run around in the plains?
so why do we not tie me?
Because we have nothing to tie you
I assume it
to
has
out
to do
there.
with the lightning abilities.
Well, that could be it also. Well, I mean, I don't think he even has those lightning abilities when he's in his full wolf form. I could be wrong. But more importantly, if we tied you up in the woods, we tie you up to a tree, something that's sturdy and in the ground, and it would be hard for you to rip out, even in your wolf form. In a ice plain, if we tie you, you're just gonna get up because you're tied to nothing.
I see what you mean.
Now take this out of
I don't know.
already. I know that we have the medicine, but as previously stated, I believe it's far better for us to keep that until later in our journey.
I just dislike the idea of hunting you so freely.
I mean, it would be a first time, but like I said, between the two of us, the odds of you even getting close should be slim.
Huh? Is that word you just used?
I said, between the both of us, the odds of you getting too close would be slim.
Slim. Oh, okay.
What did you hear?
Slitten.
Where'd you get the extra
I had
T?
no idea what that even meant. I don't know.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
look
either.
It up. I'm gonna look it up right now.
I have slitten my wrist.
Oh, no.
Smitten. Slitten. To make a long and narrow cut, tear, or to split open.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, it is a word. It's also still not the word that I said, so...
Yeah.
That's funny.
There we go.
Do you think there's a way to like use the guards that are here now and like lure them to the plains to weaken their defense?
Well, I mean, not that we've been exactly against killing here, but are you sure you want to just lead guards that are just doing their job off to slaughter? Now, mind you, out of context, my guy doesn't really care too much, but he knows that usually Gug would care.
Yeah. Yeah, you got me pegged. Yeah, I care a lot.
I would beg you. Anyway, what?
He's a caring guy.
Hey.
I suppose you're right, yes.
But wait, am I going with you, or am I going onto the ship to try to break the anchor?
Well, we couldn't do
I'm
that tonight anyway.
confused here.
No. The anchor is for the night that we leave. We can't leave tonight because he's gonna be wolf form all night, and he needs to be on the boat when we leave.
Okay.
Hey, Cody, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How much damage would a 90-foot drop do?
Oh my god.
Wow.
How? What? What are you planning?
Don't worry about it. I'm just asking for for a friend.
So D&D has an exponential increase in fall damage thing. So a lot, generally speaking. But why?
Because I have this little spell called Vortex Warp, and I could just warp Gug 90 feet into the air and drop him to try and get him unconscious right away.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, it says
I'll
up
put you to
90
sleep.
feet. I mean, like, I
To
can
sleep as
choose.
he's like a mush pile on the ground.
Yeah, I can choose to do less than 90 feet, but like,
I know. That's wild though.
yeah. So,
I'd have to like, if that was a part of the plan, I'd have to look up the fall damage situation for D&D because I don't know what else off my head.
I guess I'll just in character like relay this plan to the others. So
Yeah.
like, I can just get him to fall from a specified amount of height.
I don't
And
think it's worth
knock
the
him
risk
out.
to break his neck.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
How would you even drop somebody that high, anyways?
Oh, I can teleport people.
And you've just
That
got
explains
to
it.
tell us that now.
I didn't think it was important.
The other day when we were getting attacked by Omen hunters and nearly fucking died, you didn't think maybe
Oh,
teleporting would be an issue.
Look,
Oh,
it's
I didn't-
Pan. You expect her to remember?
I didn't have that ability before.
What?
How did you achieve it now?
There's a little thing called leveling up.
You're breaking character.
Oh.
That's not how this
breaking character
works.
there, bud.
Again, just a little invention I made.
Dude, if I level up, we can just get out of here now. I just thought of it.
Why does force a level
Why
up?
did we think of that? We need XP. Let's kill the village.
Yeah, burn it all down.
Yeah, woo!
Anyway.
We're never doing an XP based campaign.
Alright. Well,
I never
either
do it because I just don't like
we
it.
can sit
But
out
yeah,
here all night
anyways.
talking until he turns. So perhaps it's best. You can come with us if you'd like.
Yeah,
although I don't think you're nearly as agile as the rest of us.
I'm gonna leave the Mary now with the captain because I don't want Doug destroying her.
Look, that means that you're coming. The least agile of the four of us. You're like, fuck it, I'm in. Fuck it, we bowl.
Again, I could
Hey,
just,
at least they get.
I could just teleport him up, as I said.
Yeah, anytime he gets close, just no.
No.
Teleport him.
Well, it
don't
doesn't
teleport
even
him
have
up,
to be
teleport
up.
him
You
away.
could teleport them a distance. So you
Yeah.
can just teleport them 90 feet away, so every time he tries to get close, it's like, no. Back.
No.
Stay.
Not again. I learned from last time.
Yeah. Alright, so you guys are heading off into the frozen wastes. What I will say is, to humor everyone in this moment, as the marionette does make its way back to the boat, and finds Craggs, once again, head covered in book, sleeping, he does wake up to this thing being in his face, and he does scream and shout. But you guys don't hear that.
And
You're
let
too
it
far
all
away,
out.
unfortunately.
He
He did let it all out. I just held his stomach. He threw up already. So what we're gonna do is
I just
we're
wanna
gonna
point
go
out-
out to.
So that happens,
Point
but
of view.
once I get a certain distance away, the marionette just goes into a corner and like just basically shuts down.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, just so everyone knows, I realize now I did not bring a map for this specific thing, so we're just going to use this one.
This is,
Just
there
imagine
are
no trees. Yeah, no
Hey
trees
guys, look at
here.
all these trees and
I
Burke's here.
wonder if I go to the map. Hold on. I wanna see-
yeah, Brick is here.
For so long.
Oh,
What's
Hey,
up, buddy?
Brick.
You're just out here the whole time.
No, he's not here. Not canon. Not canon. Where even is he? Oh, there he
He's
is.
right beneath
When
God.
Oh, I gotta go to
when are we
token
gonna
layer.
meet him again? I miss him.
Here, Burke, real quick, take this fishing rod. Fish
Oh.
for us.
Okay.
I think we're seeing things. Burke was never there.
I'm still
Yeah,
seeing.
to begin with. Was hoping
Here's
it'd
the
let me
question,
do a
though.
bit more.
Could
Yeah,
Pan theoretically be smart enough to calculate how far she can drop him before he dies?
Roll for it.
I think she could. I don't know how well she would manage it
Want me to do an
in the
intelligence
heat
check?
of the
Roll
moment.
intelligence right now.
It probably would be like intelligence check required.
Bam.
But anyways,
21.
so
Well,
all that being said, you guys
53 feet exactly.
you guys spend a good chunk of hours walking further and further into the iced wastelands,
I'm gonna
and
go stand over here.
you make your way out and set up a little spot for yourselves. Gug, you look into the sky and you see the sun is starting to set, and you know within the next 30 or even an hour, the next hour or 30 minutes, the effect will start to occur. You can feel it. Your heartbeat is slowly starting to pace in. There's this warmth coming over you that is more intense than it should be, and worst of all, the hunger is growing. And as all of this is happening, what are you all doing in this moment?
Well, I go up to Gug. Would you kindly?
Sorry, I forgot to switch to music.
I am staying at a distance.
All right. Yeah, actually, it doesn't matter because it's all technically plains.
Oh.
There is no fire. I do have one last trick. It won't work for the entire time that you will be in your form, but it might be a good chance for us to delay it. Not delay you turning, but to delay you, give us a little bit more time to prepare, I guess.
Okay.
So when I was young,
What is it?
when I was young, I went out hunting with my mother a lot, and there's something I figured out that I could do. I
Rope.
summon a
You
rope
touch a
from
link
the
rope.
sky.
Rise in the air until the-
rope is
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yes!
That's actually really sick.
You see this rope that leads to nowhere? Climb it.
You're sticking him in it?
Yes.
Interesting.
It'll only last It'll only last so long, but it'll get us through a part of the beginning of the night.
Okay. Oh, this is weird. All right.
Don't worry, it's a very lovely
Yeah, no,
place.
this is interesting.
I've crafted it over
I
many
don't
years.
think I've ever seen this spell. That's crazy.
No. I
Alright,
literally,
sweet.
whenever I saw this spell first time, I thought it was like a spell for tying the rope. But no, it's a fucking dimension.
Yep. I have my own
So
Pokemon.
weird, you just have a good
I have my
scout
own
with you.
Pokemon Center or whatever the fuck.
That's really weird. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I know, isn't it weird? It's just a thing
So
rangers
could I,
can
like,
get.
If I go into it, would I be up there for an hour, or would I just like jump out, like whenever I go crazy?
You'd be up there for an hour. It would eventually disappear. You would stay there, and you'd fall to the ground.
Sweet. All right. Okay. Thank you. And I'll start like.
By the way,
climbing
that is
the-
not me saying that I know that's what would happen. That's just my guess. So I guess that's up to DM's
Well,
discretion.
One thing you would know
doesn't
is
say.
that in order for the rope itself to disappear, the rope would have to be pulled up into the thing.
Yes.
I'd say that's probably the only thing that you would remember to tell Gug when
Well,
he's going
no,
in.
we don't
Pull
need
the
that
rope up.
because you just need to pull the rope up. We're not hiding from anybody.
Still
Basically,
makes
what
sense.
happens when the hour is up? Because it will force him out, but in what way
Yeah.
does it force him out? Does he just
I guess
drop
we'll have
from
to
the
wait and
sky?
find out.
Okay, fuck it. All right, we ball. All right, there you go.
I want to immediately set up grease right around me.
By the way, it says up to 60 feet. I want it to be 40 feet
Jeez.
because I think 40
Oh.
feet's like it would hurt him, but it wouldn't hurt him bad in the wolf form. But 60 might be a little bit too much, terminal velocity in that.
You're gonna drop me 40, and then Pan's gonna teleport me another 90 feet up. I'm gonna do 130 feet fall damage.
No. Wait, like
And
speedy,
when
what, if,
intentionally.
what if it's like a speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out, like right before you hit the ground, then she teleports you 90 feet up, and you just even further.
We just keep him suspended in
Okay.
air.
So just so everyone knows, per the amount of feet, per 10 feet is 1d6 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
So 1d6 times 9 is what you're looking at.
For
Which
only
is-
40 feet?
So I
Or
guess
you
that would
think
just be
90 feet?
9d6.
Yeah.
Be 9d6 damage.
96 damage for the
Yeah,
90
that's-
feet
that's
or for the
not
40
too bad.
feet?
No, it's
Equals
sorry, not
60.
96, 9d6s.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
No. It'll do a chunk
You
of
did
damage.
a full 60. I think it'd be fine.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
as
he
long
could
as I don't do
probably-
double
So once
his
again, is
health.
that for the 90-foot drop or is that for a 40-foot drop?
That's for the
90.
90.
Okay,
It'd be 9d6s.
okay. Because I want
I mean,
mine
it
to be
shouldn't-
40.
Yeah. So that's potentially 100 damage. And how much health do you have?
Not that much.
42.
Doug?
You said 42.
42.
Oh, 42. Okay.
How much do you not gain any more health in your wolf form? Or you just gain resistance?
Oh, I gain resistance for sure.
Hmm.
Let's
Let me
see.
check.
I do gain hit points, yeah.
Oh.
I get like an extra 10.
Alright.
I mean, as long as me and me and Albatross don't roll max damage on both of our things, we won't do double his HP. So
No.
Wild. 9d6s across the board would be crazy.
Well, because yours is up to 90 feet, right? Or is it always 90?
no, it's up
It's
to.
up to 90.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
can still math it out to not be like fully max damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's
I could
just
probably
fucking
just drop
shit
him
out of this
another. I could probably just drop him another 40. See where we're at that point, and then if I need to do another bit of damage, the same way.
thing. Alright. With all this, jeez, Damien's booking.
Dang,
It's a smiley
Robo
face.
I see it now.
I didn't see it.
All
My
right.
character was in the way.
With all this planning and everything, and everyone kind of setting things up, and Gug, I assume you have managed your way into the little treehouse of horrors.
Oh, it's
Yes.
beautiful. It'd be very
Three of them.
tranquil.
I'm about.
Yeah. Well, for now,
Well, I mean, it would
as
still
you
stay
all,
that way.
yeah, as you all spend your time out here, it for no one actually knows really what's happening on the
Oh, let's
inside
not do that.
of this zone.
Maybe not
There's-
do
there's a
Star
lot.
of
Okay.
David's.
Oh,
So as you all spend your time inside or outside in this frigid cold, and you wait for really anything to happen, you look into the sky and you can tell that it is a full moon and it is out and about. And as you're all just kind of sitting waiting for something, Gug is experiencing something completely different. Gug, it's time for your transformation. You are sitting in this box, and if I remember correctly, you can see outside of the box, within the box, if I recall. Let me see here.
Someone's
or
noise
something.
gate just died. All of a sudden.
no, it was Cody's with his air conditioner.
Yeah, it just turned on. I apologize.
Oh, that's fine.
3 foot by 5
But-
foot window centered on the rope.
Yeah. But basically, as you are sitting in this little space, and you begin to feel your heart increase in pace, and the heat and hunger similarly increase.